What do baby formula, chocolate bars, and pet food all have in common? A 19th century pharmacist with a life-saving mission. Today, we're unpacking the incredible journey of Nestlé, from humble lab experiments to becoming a $100 billion global food empire. It's a tale of invention, heartbreak, strategy, and scale. Nestlé isn't just a brand we see on coffee jars and candy wrappers. It's a company that redefined what it means to nourish the world. So grab a snack, maybe a Kit Kat, and settle in, because this story is richer than a bar of Swiss chocolate. Chapter 1. The Humble Beginnings of Henri Nestlé. Our story starts in 1814 in Frankfurt, Germany. Enter Henri Nestlé, the 11th of 14 children. Growing up in a large family in post-Napoleonic Europe meant facing serious economic and health challenges. Food insecurity and infant malnutrition were grim realities. Young Heinrich, a curious and determined mind, chose to pursue pharmacy. By 1834, he'd completed a rigorous 4-year apprenticeship under a local chemist, J.E. Stein. That training gave him not only technical expertise, but also an appreciation for the link between science and health. Eventually, Heinrich moved to Switzerland, specifically to the French-speaking town of Vevey. To better assimilate into local society, he Frenchified his name to Henri Nestlé. He gained formal authorization to perform chemical experiments and sell medicinal products. Though initially dabbling in everything from nut oils and vinegar to fertilizers and gas lighting, nothing stirred his soul. That changed when Henri became acutely aware of the shockingly high infant mortality rate. Babies who couldn't be breastfed had little to no nutritional alternatives, and many simply didn't survive. As both a humanitarian and a trained pharmacist, Henri was moved to act. Chapter 2. The Invention That Saved Lives. Motivated by compassion and armed with scientific know-how, Henri Nestlé began developing a milk-based infant food. After tireless experimentation and research, he introduced farine lactée in 1867. It was a nutritional blend of cow's milk, wheat flour, and sugar, easy to digest, shelf-stable, and most importantly, a lifesaver. Farine lactée wasn't just a hit, it was revolutionary. Infant mortality rates dropped significantly among those who used the product. Word spread quickly, and Henri's formula became the go-to solution for mothers across Europe who couldn't breastfeed. What made Nestlé's approach so unique? It wasn't just the product. It was the method of dissemination. He produced informational brochures, conducted demonstrations, and even collaborated with healthcare professionals. Long before influencer marketing, Henri was building trust through education and transparency. Despite skepticism from some in the medical community and the technological limitations of the time, Henri never wavered. He advocated relentlessly for his product and its benefits, and his persistence paid off. In 1867, Nestlé formally established the Nestlé Company. Farine lactée became a commercial success, but more importantly, it set the tone for the company's core mission: nourish the body and support well-being through science and innovation. Chapter 3. Scaling the Vision. After Henri Nestlé retired in 1875, the company changed hands but retained its founding philosophy. By the early 1900s, Nestlé merged with the Anglo-Swiss Condensed Milk Company, a strategic move that expanded its reach and product portfolio. Now, Nestlé wasn't just in the business of saving lives, it was becoming a global food powerhouse. The merger was genius. Anglo-Swiss specialized in condensed milk, which aligned perfectly with Nestlé's expertise in infant nutrition. The combined entity had expanded production capabilities and an international distribution network that spanned continents. In the decades that followed, Nestlé expanded aggressively. One of its most iconic inventions came in 1938 with the launch of Nescafé. The goal? Help Brazil manage a massive surplus of coffee beans. The result? Instant coffee that revolutionized how people consumed their morning brew. That same year saw the birth of Nestlé Crunch, a chocolate bar that combined milk chocolate with crispy rice. It became a fan favorite and opened the door for Nestlé to venture deeper into the world of confectionery. Nestlé also adopted a smart operational strategy: localization. Rather than simply exporting products, the company set up local manufacturing plants in key markets. This allowed them to cater to regional tastes, adapt to local regulations, and drastically reduce logistics costs. In short, Nestlé wasn't just global, it was glocal. By the 1960s, Nestlé had evolved into a fully fledged multinational corporation with a presence across Europe, the Americas, Asia, and Africa. It was no longer a small operation rooted in infant food. It was a diversified entity poised for the future. Chapter 4. The Powerhouse Emerges. From 1967 to the early 2000s, Nestlé embarked on a spree of acquisitions and expansions that solidified its dominance. The company ventured into frozen meals, bottled water, cereals, coffee, and even pet food. Some key moves: 1973, acquisition of Stouffer's, a leader in frozen food. 2001, acquired Purina, making a major play in the pet food industry. 2007, bought Gerber, further cementing its grip on the baby food market. 2017, entered the wellness space by acquiring Atrium Innovations, signaling a shift toward personalized nutrition and health science. Nestlé didn't just grow in size, it evolved in philosophy. While it maintained its commitment to nutrition and wellness, it also embraced sustainability and technological innovation. The company began investing heavily in water resource management, reducing plastic waste, and improving the environmental footprint of its supply chains. A pivotal development was the creation of the Nestlé Health Science Division, dedicated to developing targeted nutrition solutions backed by scientific research. This wasn't about selling more snacks. It was about offering solutions for chronic health conditions, aging populations, and specialized dietary needs. Nestlé also became one of the early adopters of digital transformation. By integrating data analytics into marketing, supply chain logistics, and R&D, the company ensured that its operations remained agile and responsive to consumer trends. Despite global challenges like economic downturns, trade tensions, and even the COVID-19 pandemic, Nestlé managed to adapt. How? Through smart diversification and a decentralized supply chain. Local production ensured stability, while digital tools kept consumer engagement strong even during lockdowns. By 2023, Nestlé was operating in nearly 200 countries, with close to 300,000 employees and over 2,000 brands in its portfolio. Household names like Kit Kat, Maggi, Nescafé, and Milo stood alongside lesser-known innovations in health science and nutrition. Chapter 5. Looking Ahead. In a world where consumer expectations are changing rapidly, Nestlé continues to evolve. The company has committed to achieving net zero emissions by 2050, a bold pledge that requires rethinking everything from sourcing to packaging. Its sustainability strategy includes reducing reliance on single-use plastics, investing in renewable energy, enhancing regenerative agriculture practices. On the digital front, Nestlé is leveraging AI and machine learning to refine product development, personalize customer experiences, and predict market demands. Health is still front and center. The Nestlé Health Science Division is growing rapidly, developing products for gut health, aging, chronic illness, and immune support. They're also exploring personalized nutrition powered by genetic insights and microbiome data. As of early 2024, Nestlé had a market capitalization of $286 billion, despite a 10% dip from the previous year. Yet, its long-term outlook remains bullish thanks to investments in sustainability, digitalization, and health-focused innovation. Nestlé's journey is a case study in reinvention. From a small lab in 19th century Switzerland to a global network feeding billions, Nestlé has remained anchored in its founders' core values: innovation, empathy, and a commitment to human well-being. Nestlé's story proves that businesses can do well and do good. From saving babies to building a healthier, more sustainable world, it's a legacy that's still evolving. If you enjoyed this journey through the history of Nestlé, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and share your thoughts in the comments. Which brand would you like us to explore next? Until then, stay curious, stay hungry, and maybe grab a Nescafé on your way out.